All right, I'd like to thank everyone who has joined me so far. I'm really excited to have you here. We are going to wait just another moment before we begin. That way everyone is able to sign into the webinar, but we will begin very shortly. All right, thank you everyone who has joined me this afternoon. I'm so excited to have you guys here with me for our webinar on the best training guide for new recruits. So we are so excited that you've joined. If anyone at any time during the webinar has any technical difficulties, you are welcome to message me using your questions box or your chat box. It's going to look similar to this in your GoToWebinar control panel. And you'll also want to utilize this questions box at the very end of the webinar during our Q&A. Now, at this point during the webinar, you should be able to see our screen clearly and hear me clearly. If anybody is having any trouble, please go ahead, message us, and we will monitor that and try to help you out with any difficulties that you may be having. And it looks like everybody's okay. So I want you to go ahead and utilize that chat box and let me know if you've been with UnitWise, if you've used UnitWise in the past. So anyone who has, just go ahead, use that comment box or the questions box and let us know if you've used UnitWise. And while you guys are getting those comments in, we are going to take just a second to give a little background of UnitWise for anybody who is a little bit less familiar. UnitWise actually launched in 2009, and I am Christina. I'm one of the heroes here at UnitWise. It was created by a director to help other directors succeed in business management. And through customer feedback and in-house technology, we have been able to help thousands of directors and consultants like yourselves grow their businesses. And I want to thank everybody that sent in that they've been with UnitWise. It's really exciting. It's always good to know who we have with us. And for anybody that's new, we're so excited to have you here with us as well. Now, I want to start today's webinar with a quote from Mary Kay Ash. She said, "The first step is the hardest, making a commitment to yourself for yourself." And I love this quote because making that first commitment really is one of the most difficult steps. But thanks to you ladies, a lot of women have taken that first step and become a part of your team and taken a step toward reaching their goals in the same. Now, of course, like any good leader, your next step will be to train them so they can achieve their dreams. And today, I'm going to be sharing some information on how you can make that training much easier on yourself and your team using team meetings, training documents and resources, convenient access to resources, and shared training resources. So naturally, you'll teach your new consultants tons of valuable information during your team meetings, but you'll also both benefit greatly from having online training information that your consultants can learn from and reference anytime they like. A great way to do this is by having a website with a section dedicated to training material. So to get started today, we're going to take a look at how to add documents to your training center. The training center can be accessed by going to Resource Library and then Training Center. And a little bit farther in the webinar, we will show how to link your training center to your website and make it show up properly. But to begin, we're just going to go over how to add categories and documents. So to create a new category in your training center, we'll go to Add Category, and you can name it whatever you'd like. I'll name mine New Consultant Training, and if you want to, you can always give it a description. Important documents for training, you can obviously add whatever description you'd like. And if we wish, we can add a parent category and make this a subcategory. I don't want to, though. I want to make this very obvious full category so that it can be easily accessed. And the most important thing is we are going to make this category public. This is key to actually making it show up on our website, because when we link our training center, it's not going to show up if we've made this category for us only. And finally, we're going to choose the display order, and that's just going to be the order that this category shows up in reference to the other categories that you have in your training center. So I'm going to make this the first category and save. Now you can see in our list of training center categories, our new consultant training is at the top, and we're going to go back to our training center to add some documents to it. To do this, you'll just choose add document, and you'll have options to either choose a document from your computer, from your document library that's already within UnitWise, or from your shared library. Today, I'm going to choose a couple from our UnitWise document library, so I'll choose Add from Library. And here on the left, you can see we've got different categories from our document library, and on the right, you can see we have our documents displayed. Now, the two that I'm going to choose are our new consultant packet and our new consultant FAQs. To make those show up in our training center, as well as our document library, we're just going to make sure the proper category is selected here, which it is, and choose Link to Training Center. Now we can see we're in our new consultant training and both of our documents are available. So now that you can easily add categories and documents to your training center, let's take a look at how to make that training center show up in your customizable website. We'll go ahead and click My Website to automatically be redirected to the website editor. And on the left, you'll see we have a variety of buttons that help us customize our website. Today we're going to use the purple plus, which is just the add button to add a page. And the first thing is going to be to name this page. Now you can customize the name however you'd like. I'm going to choose my training center. Now, when it comes to page template, you will see we have a variety of options here, including make my own page, which will allow you to customize the page however you'd like, although some pages that will be available to your site require a template to display properly, including the training center. So it's very important that we pick the correct template based on what we're going to be doing. And next, we have our page access. And some of you may be listening and thinking, it's really cool that I can add this information to my website, but what if I don't want my customers to be able to see it? Or what if I don't want anybody that happens upon my website to have access to it? And those are great questions to think about. And all you'll need to do is password protect this page or any other that you may want to secure. And once you've selected that option, you'll be able to choose your password page identifier. Now, if you have yet to pick a password for your website, you can just click Manage Password here, and you'll be redirected into your account to choose a password as well as a password identifier. Now, I am going to leave this page public for today and move on to the page flood. Now, you can see it's automatically populated, so I'm going to leave it alone. And the last option is, do we want our header to display as well as our navigation? And I just want it to match the rest of my site, so I'm going to leave those options checked as well. And we're going to choose Create Page. And voila, you can see on the left we have our training center categories, and on the right we have our documents displayed. So as soon as you have this page looking exactly how you like, the most important step is that you publish it so that it actually shows up when you go to your website. And that button is just in the toolbar on the left. You can see it's the orange globe. We'll select Publish, and yes, we would like to publish this page. So now your new recruits would be able to access this training information and download it whenever it's convenient for them. And with UnitWise, you can even utilize information and documents shared by other users. So we're going to take a look at how to do that now. We're going to go back and that'll redirect us into our account so that we can go to Resource Library and Shared Library. Here you'll see a variety of categories filled with documents shared by other UnitWise users. So you'll be able to browse the categories and look at the documents, and once you find something that you think would benefit your team, all you have to do is select it, choose Copy to My Document Library, and pick which of your categories you'd like that document to go into. Now you'll be able to utilize this information for your team too. Now, not only can you utilize information shared by other users, but you can share your own documents. So if you find something that has been really, really helpful to your team and you have it uploaded into your document library, all you would need to do to share it is select the document and choose Share Document. Then you'll just pick the category that it will fit best into, and other women will be able to utilize it and be successful because of it as well. Now at this time, we are going to go ahead and move into our Q&A. So if you guys have any questions about anything we've discussed today, go ahead and type those in that questions box that we looked at in the beginning. Or if you would rather ask me your question, you can hit your little hand button and I will unmute you so that you can ask me the question over the webinar, whichever you prefer. We are going to wait just a second for the questions to come in. All right, now it does look like we've got a few questions. So Beth would like to know if she can change the site password once she set it and how she can see what she set. And that's a really good question. We'll go ahead and go back into our UnitWise account so I can actually show you where it is. So we'll go to social media and again, my website. And here you'll see where you can go into the website editor on the right, but you'll also see where you can manage your site password. And you'll see the password identifiers that you've chosen as well as the passwords. And if you ever want to edit them, all you need to do is choose Edit, enter the new password or the different password, and choose Update. The same thing applies if you ever would like to delete it. Simply choose the trash can and you'll be able to delete that password identifier as well as the password for it. Now Maggie would like to know if she can delete categories or documents from her training center after they've been added. And that's a really good question as well. We will go to our resource library and our training center. And for example, with our new consultant FAQs, if we ever wanted to remove that one and add maybe an updated one, we could select it, delete, and yes, for sure we'd like to delete. Now, it is important to note that it's not going to delete it from your document library because that is where we picked these files from. If you had chosen it from your computer, it would still be on your computer, but it wouldn't be in UnitWise any longer, whereas since we've picked it from our document library, you will still be able to find that there. It just will not show up on your website. And you can also delete categories. You'll go to the Manage Categories button in the upper right-hand corner. And make sure you're on the category you'd like to delete and choose your trash can. And again, this isn't going to delete the documents that you've added. If they are in your document library, they will still be there. They are just no longer going to show up in this category on your website training center. And the questions are starting to slow down, so I think we are going to move on. But if you guys come up with any more questions, feel free to contact us by going to unitwise.com. You are more than welcome to email us at heroes@unitwise.com. And be sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms at UnitWise. For all of you who are with us currently, be sure to join our brand new exclusive Facebook group that is just for UnitWise members. We're going to be having some really fun stuff go on in there and some very exclusive content that you won't find anywhere else. So make sure you join and don't miss out. And thank you all so much for being here with us today.